March 30, 2025, a day of global turmoil. On March 30, 2025, the world witnessed a series of major upheavals, starting with news from Reuters about a 7.7 magnitude earthquake in Myanmar, where rescue teams are racing against time to find survivors amid the rubble in Mandalay. The death toll has exceeded 1,700 and is projected to reach 10,000, pushing this impoverished nation into an unprecedented humanitarian crisis. Fox News highlighted that international relief efforts, including those from the U.S., are being hindered by weak infrastructure and the strict control of Myanmar's military government, raising the question of whether the global community is truly united in times of crisis. Meanwhile, Reuters reported that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky remains cautious about Washington's proposal to expand a mineral trade agreement, emphasizing that any move threatening Kyiv's path to EU integration will not be accepted, a stance that underscores the tension between economic interests and geopolitical ambitions. In the political arena, Fox News shocked audiences by reporting that President Donald Trump, in an interview with NBC, asserted that he was serious about running for a third term in 2028, despite the U.S. Constitution prohibiting it. This statement has not only ignited a domestic firestorm but also raised concerns among international allies about the stability of American democracy. Reuters further reported that in Washington, Attorney General Pam Bondi declared on Fox News that many judges opposing the Trump administration should be removed for their lack of impartiality, a statement that has heightened tensions between the judiciary and the executive branch, threatening the principles of separation of powers. Meanwhile, in Europe, Fox News recorded a wave of protests against Elon Musk, erupting at hundreds of Tesla showrooms worldwide, with participation from progressive groups like Indivisible, reflecting deep dissatisfaction with the billionaire's influence in the Trump administration. On the economic front, Reuters reported that global gold prices continue to soar, reaching $3,085 per ounce, as investors panic over Trump's announcement of Liberation Day on April 2, marking the start of reciprocal tariffs on dozens of countries, including a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico. Fox News analyzed that while this policy is praised by Trump as a way to rebalance trade, it is dividing the Republican Party and could spark a global trade war. At the same time, Reuters pointed out that China, despite maintaining a 4.5% GDP growth rate, is facing deflationary pressure and a collapsing real estate market, putting the world's second-largest economy in a precarious position that could trigger widespread instability. Socially, Fox News depicted a tragic day as a severe storm in the central U.S. killed at least 2 people, with the threat of extreme weather continuing into the next day, affecting 20 states. Reuters added that the United Nations issued an emergency warning about the risk of millions of people starving to death in the Democratic Republic of Congo, a humanitarian crisis overshadowed by larger global events but serving as a grim reminder of global inequality. Meanwhile, in Greenland, Fox News reported that Vice President J.D. Vance is pushing for stronger U.S. control over the territory, despite resistance from local Greenlanders and Denmark, highlighting the Trump administration's expansionist ambitions. These events, spanning natural disasters, political conflicts, and economic turmoil, paint a dramatic and unstable picture of March 30, 2025. They are not just isolated incidents but indications of a world at a crossroads, whether to cooperate to overcome crises or to descend further into division and chaos. One thing is certain: this day will leave a lasting mark on modern history, forcing us to reflect on humanity's path in the years ahead.